Hello and welcome. Today, I am excited to share a glimpse into how we at Hourglass Collaborative master the art of the sprint. Our team uses sprints to supercharge our teamwork, make every moment count, and make sure that we're all aligned and feeling connected. So get ready to see how our sprint approach helps us breeze through our projects, boost our productivity, and bring out the best in one another. Whether you're already part of our journey or just curious about our methods, we are super glad you're here. So to get started, first, I want to say hello. We're Hourglass Collaborative. We are a growth agency focused on equipping makers, builders, designers, folks in the building industry with powerful tools and strategies to maximize resources, adapt to change, and create a foundation for exponential growth. My name is Tyler Shannon. I am a digital transformation strategist, a principal with Hourglass Collaborative, and my focus is on maximizing value out of tools like HubSpot and Notion. So with that, we're going to dig into an overview of how our team thinks about sprints, why we use sprints, and I will give you a demo of how we manage our sprint process in Notion. So, this is probably not news to you all, but we are all juggling a lot. We have so many demands on our times. Our calendars fill up so quickly. It feels like we're in back-to-back meetings. You're not alone. According to a Harvard Business Review survey of senior managers, 65% of managers say that meetings alone keep them from completing their work. 71% say meetings are unproductive. 64% say meetings come at the expense of deep thinking. And this last one resonates with me the most. 62% of senior managers say that meetings actually miss opportunities to bring teams closer together. If we're going to get together, we want to make sure we're connecting. We want to make sure that we're using those meeting times as effectively as possible, especially in the hybrid work environments that we often find ourselves in today. So I want to ask you, what would it mean to go from a hectic, crazy packed schedule? What would it mean for you personally to get more time back for your own priorities? What would it mean for your calendar to look more streamlined, more organized, more manageable? Well, we asked ourselves that at Hourglass. We were looking for a way to make sure that our distributed team could stay connected, that we were always in sync on what our objectives were, and that we were all working towards common goals week to week to advance our business. So what we decided to do was work in sprints. So our team works in 13 sprints throughout the year, and each sprint is divided into 4 weeks. That's how we manage it. Sprints can be anywhere from 1 to 4 weeks, could be longer. We found that 4-week sprints work really well. So within each of our sprints and within each of the weeks of our sprints, our team holds 5 weekly check-ins. These are morning check-ins. We get together at the beginning of the morning to sync up around what our objectives are. We celebrate our wins. We track goals that we want to accomplish. And from sprint to sprint, the focus of that sprint could look different. In sprint 1, it may be focused on building a lead generation pipeline, where in sprint 2, your main focus may be on client delivery. Not to say you're not doing other things, but having a sprint goal is commonly an effective way to make sure that you're moving forward. So again, sprints can look different from one another as you go throughout your year, but there are ways that you can effectively manage them and make sure all your team is aware of what you're trying to accomplish. And the way that we do that is in Notion. So Hourglass Collaborative uses Notion heavily for our project management, for our team collaboration and communication. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to Notion and show you a little demo of how we manage our sprints every single day with our team. So with that, up here, let me just move myself out of the way here. Okay, great. So in Notion, we have a page that we just call our 2024 Hourglass Sprint Log. This is the go-to place where anyone can come and look at all of our sprints. So we have each sprint laid out for the year, 13 sprints. And then within each of those sprints is sprint 1, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and so on. So what we do is every morning we'll come into this sprint page and open up the week that we're in. So let's say that we're in sprint 1, week 2. We'll open up sprint 1, week 2. And Hourglass has a meeting framework that we like to use every morning. So within the sprint 1, week 2 page in Notion, we have a place to remind ourselves what our sprint goal is. The example here is, okay, for this sprint 1, we're focused on building an efficient content marketing system that's going to generate more leads. So we remind ourselves at the top of the meeting what our sprint goal is. We come down under our sprint status recap and talk about, okay, where are we in the timeline? And we look ahead at, this is getting a little tactical, we look ahead at our calendars for the week and for the day and make sure we're all aware of what's on our plates. Now, at the beginning of the week, let's say on a Monday, when we open up this weekly sprint tracker, will be mostly blank. And because we're just kicking the week off. But we do have a place where we'd like to come in and as the week goes on, log everything that we've accomplished. It's an opportunity for us to celebrate our wins with our colleagues, document our wins so that we can always go back and look at the things that we've accomplished. And then in the third column here, the week goes on, we may have things that come up that we might want to accomplish for next week. And so we log those in the goals for next week section. Next up in our daily sprint check-in here, it's really important to us to make sure everyone on our team in these meetings has an opportunity to share what they're feeling, what's on their minds. It doesn't have to necessarily be work related. It could be maybe you found a new Netflix show that you really like and you just want to share it with the team. So we have a space to do that. So let's say Tyler wants to share out, hey, I found this great new documentary, XYZ. And then that just gets logged and everyone can kind of see what we're sharing out there. We give folks 2 to 5 minutes to share out whatever they need to. Next, we come down into our decision hub. So again, at the beginning of the week, this is mostly going to be empty. But if there's any key decisions that need to be made, we can log them in that section. Anything that comes up throughout the week where we might need to make a decision that's upcoming, it maybe isn't immediately pressing, but it's something we want to keep eyes on, then we can put that there. I'm going to jump over to this other sprint 1, week 1 here, so you can see an example of this filled out. So sprint goal, build an efficient content marketing system to generate more leads. You're in sprint 1, week 1. We're kicking off Q2. We're just at the beginning of April, so kicking off Q2 there. And for the purposes of this demo, let's imagine we're looking at this on a Friday. And we can look at what we've accomplished this week. We're going to celebrate the fact that we just accomplished 50% click-through rate on our week's newsletter. And maybe our team exceeded their sales target by 10%. Let's celebrate that. And next week, it looks like our goal is to launch a new HubSpot integration. So, and then you can see how Tyler, Jamila, and Nicole each shared things out in this week with the team. For key decisions, we said, okay, we need to approve our Q2 marketing budget. That's something that we need to make a decision on in this meeting. We can come in and check that off once a decision's made and document what the decision is. And then, maybe we are looking to do some team building and we need to decide on when that pizza party is. It needs to happen. It's not pressing for maybe this particular day, but it's something we need to decide on. So that would go under upcoming decision points. Now, the bottom part of our sprint tracker is a database in Notion that pulls from our action items. So this is an opportunity for everyone on the team to look at all the projects we have going on and talk about any of the critical deadlines, tasks that need to be discussed and managed. So you can see here as an example, we've got 4 projects: HubSpot implementation for design agency, website redesign for an architecture firm, we've got a product launch, and finally growth strategy for a portfolio manager. So those are the 4 projects that our team has going on. And then under that, you can see all the different tasks related to those projects. So we'll come through here in our sprint check-ins every morning. We'll look at what's on our plate. We will use that also as an opportunity to clean up our data and manage our database, because sometimes you're doing task management, you may forget to check something off, or maybe something is no longer relevant. So every morning we check in on this is an opportunity for us to keep our data clean in Notion. So we'll look at, okay, clean data and import contacts, or create customer journey map. We'll talk about Nicole as the owner for this one. Nicole will do a quick share out on maybe any roadblocks that are getting in the way of moving this forward. And we'll do that for each of our projects. We can also come in here and look at it by owner and see what's on Nicole's plate, what's on Tyler's plate, and what's on Jamila's plate. You can even see at the top here that Nicole's got 8 tasks on her plate right now. So this might be an opportunity to maybe shift some of Nicole's tasks over to Jamila, because there's a little bit more capacity there. So that's what we do in our daily sprint check-ins. Those, again, all roll up to our weekly sprints that have a common sprint goal. And then that rolls up to the overall 13 sprint structure for the year. So thank you for being here, for listening. We're excited to show you the tools that we use to manage our team. Hopefully you learned something. Maybe this sparked an idea or got you interested in managing your team with sprints or in Notion. If you have questions for us and want to reach out, maybe you have some ideas for how you might want to work in Notion and get our support. We're always happy to take a call and talk through your goals and help you grow your business. So again, thank you, and I hope to talk to you soon.